NBC Sports live at Darlington Raceway with the 54th running of the Mountain Dew Southern 500. An early caution for a 6-car crash in turns 3 and 4 has kept pit road closed until now.
6 laps under green flag racing, and here they're all coming down pit road. Unbelievable. Marty, coming to you.
VP, Jeff Gordon started 14th, currently running in the 12th position as he hits pit road. Car tight in and through the middle. 1.5 rounds in the right rear wedge and 4 tires, Matt.
And Terry Labonte's guys are waiting for him to hit his pit stall. He said his car was loose on entry in 1 and 2 and loose up off turn 4. They're going to make a chassis adjustment. You can see the wrench going in the back window and an air pressure adjustment. Dave in the right rear.
Jimmy Johnson gives up second place. They have a right rear tire going flat. They had another car check it on the track. They make a track bar adjustment to fix the tight condition. Bill?
Ryan Newman said his car was definitely tight, even under just a handful of green flag laps. 2 rounds of wedge is a chassis adjustment. 4 tires. He's got the #1 pit stall waiting on the left rear. He's going to be close. He should beat out the field, followed by Terry Labonte.
Good pit stop by Junior's guys, too. Looked like they got him a couple of spots on that exchange of stops.
A couple guys look like they may have got into each other leaving the pits.
Here's the camera at the scoring line at pit exit. Check this out.
Oh, Ryan Newman barely beats Terry Labonte. And Jimmy barely beats Craven. What a great pit stop by Craven's crew.
Elliott Sadler through there. So Terry Labonte will take over second spot. And Ryan Newman holds the lead through that set of pit stops. Rusty Wallace checked and released from the infield medical center. Under caution at Darlington in the Southern 500. Earlier today during pre-race ceremonies, 3-time Winston Cup champion and 5-time Southern 500 winner Cale Yarborough was recognized, part of the Winston Victory Lap program, commemorating his championships and his accomplishments during Winston's reign in the sport. Good to have you here. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Had a big time. Got out there and drove a couple of laps, victory laps, and thought about might stay out there and run maybe run 500 miles, but I looked around, I didn't see any Pearsons or Parsons or Bakers or Darlingbacks. So I said, ain't no competition out here. I think I'm going to sit in the ground in this booth.
You still got your suit on, so you're hoping one of those guys needs some relief. I know what you're thinking.
Jeff Gordon just got a little back bumper damage on this restart as we go back at it. Stay with us here, Cale. Call a few laps if you wouldn't mind.
All right.
Appreciate you being here. Gordon got his back bumper beat in on the restart. We'll follow up on that here in a second. Look at Mark Martin's nose.
Wow, I guess he got a beat in.
He was the one. And Joe Nemechek, rather, caught a piece of somebody in his left rear.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm like Benny and Wally. You know, if something's going to happen to your race car, you want it to happen early here and happen good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is a killer to run all day long and then or either have to fight a bad race car all day.
I'll tell you, I don't know how Mark can even see.
I don't either.
Kevin Harvick.
I don't think he can see.
Trying to work on Mark Martin. That is going to be for 14th spot.
Yeah, this isn't a place that you want to have a wounded race car for 500 miles.
And Sterling Marlin all of a sudden just pulls over in a Coors Light car. Something up with that car. You know, they talked about a miss yesterday morning.
Roy, see if it busted the radiator or just knocked the ductwork out. He crumpled the front end in pretty good.
Maybe he got a piece of Joe Nemechek.
I think he may have a, it looked like the right rear tire was low from that back angle, but.
There's what Mark is trying to look over, and let's see if we can see exactly what might have happened on the restart that caused all these problems.
Going up through the gears. Well, it looked like a bunch of guys just checked up in front of Jeff.
Yeah. So there's the back bumper damage on the 24.
A lot better back there than the front of these cars.
Yeah, he got the better end of that.
There's where Kenseth got hit by Jeff.
Matt, any damage on this 17 car?
BP jumped on the radio and asked his team to look at that grill just to see if there's any damages as the water is starting to climb up over 230 right now. Robbie Ryder says it looks okay. We'll have to start pulling tape on that first stop.
It certainly looks okay.
All right, while all that's been going on, Rusty Wallace has come out of the infield medical center. Let's hear from him. Marty?
Rusty, what happened? About 4 or 5 cars spun right in front of me. We went into turn 3, everything was fine, car was running great, a little tight, that was about it. Went in and all of a sudden I saw 3 cars spin and I was up top of the racetrack already and they just all crashed up into me and that was it. 2 weeks in a row for these guys, but tonight they will be able to fix the car and get out there and limp around for a little while.
I'll be surprised to see if he doesn't have water temperature problems in that 6 car here pretty soon.
He's got handling problems, obviously. He's fallen back through the field a good bit. They could use a caution flag. They just don't want to be it.
Yeah.
Ricky Craven, Dale Earnhardt Jr. there, 32 and 8, 4th and 5th spots.
Dale Jarrett's down behind the wall.
Yeah. Got a lot of cars in the garage awfully early here, don't we?
Sterling Marlin took his car directly to the garage area. Dale Jarrett, they tried to fix his car on pit road, as Cale said, took his to the garage area.
Ryan Newman leads through all of this. Terry Labonte second, Jimmy Johnson third. Here we go for fourth. Give that one to Dale Jarrett. Now Craven back to fifth. Elliott Sadler, Matt Kenseth right behind him, looking to join in on the fun.
Sadler's got a good run, had a good run coming out too, because Ricky Craven had to check up a little bit in turn 2, and Elliott takes the spot.
And Kenseth trying to get there, and Craven wisely backs up, lets him in.
Cal talked with Benny and Wally earlier about why this racetrack is so tough and what it means to a driver to win here. You are from this area, grew up around here. What did it mean to you to win 5 Southern 500s?
Oh, it was the greatest thing. You know, if it hadn't been for Darlington Racetrack, I probably wouldn't have ever been in the racing business. But, you know, growing up 20 miles from here and coming over here in 1951 and seeing this place, I said, man, that's for me. But it's the toughest old racetrack ever built. I don't care what anybody says, to win here is a feather in anybody's hat.
Bobby Labonte working on Ricky Craven there. That's for 7th and 8th spots.
Because you have to race the racetrack first and worry about the cars later.
Absolutely. But you can't let the cars get away from you. You got to race both of them. This old racetrack can jump out and bite you awful quick.
Watching Jeff Gordon and Bobby Labonte here now. How about Bobby Labonte, Bill?
Just over the radio from Bobby to his crew. I hope it doesn't mean anything, but something sounds funny, referring to perhaps a possible miss in the engine.
That would not be good.
Martin pulled it in.
Took his car to the garage area, not to pit road. That's always a bad sign. Junior going to the front, battle for third. He's got it.
And he's got all the fans on their feet here at Darlington. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. up to 3rd spot now. Meantime, the growing roster of drivers in the garage. Marty.
Yeah, we got a little triage going on down here, Alan. Sterling Marlin, what happened?
I don't know. I don't know if somebody missed a gear on the restart or what, but we took off as normal, and they got in 3rd gear, and they just jammed the brakes on and stopped. Nowhere to go, and everybody just hit each other. Started from like the 24 on. I don't know if he missed a gear, and the 6 hit him, and let's see, 16 hit him. I hit 16. I think somebody hit me, so it's unreal. I mean, look, we're having.
And as you guys mentioned, Mark Martin has now pulled his car into the garage as well, obviously overheating, pouring water or steam out of the overflow pipe.
So the one-word summation of the early laps of the Southern 500 for a lot of these racers, mess.
Not too good.
Big mess. Dave Blaney trying to get a spot from Bobby Labonte. That's 11th place. Ken, what have you been up to these days?
Oh, man, I've been working hard.
Got your car dealerships?
Yeah, dealerships, and I got 5 grandchildren and 1 on the way, and boy, I got all the duty I want to do.
Listen, it's great to see you. You look like you could jump in one of these cars and give them a fight for it.
Well, good. Thank you. I enjoyed being here all these days. I'll tell you what, Benny, I think this is the first lap I ever made that I got a cheer from everybody in the grandstand.
Yes.
And I appreciated that.
A couple of them used to boo you, didn't
Used to boo me a little bit, yeah. But I believe I got one from everybody today, and the great race fans, and I hope that the November race is going to turn out to be successful for them.
And Kelly, it really will be, because moving to that date, a lot cooler. It's got to be better.
The only thing that bothers me is they're going to have to cancel Labor Day, because Labor Day was formed around the Southern 500. So I hate to see them have to cancel Labor Day, or either maybe move it to November.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Good.
Cale,
enjoy being with you, fellas.
Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Cale Yarborough, 3-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion, 5-time Southern 500 winner. Dale Jarrett behind the wall. Marty.
PJ, I've got to buy you a good luck charm. You had an excellent car in happy hour yesterday. What happened to put you in the garage?
I don't know. They started wrecking in front, and I tried to get down and just didn't get far enough. Somebody came off the the track and got right front of it. So just unfortunate, you know. It's all goes back to the deal on Friday qualifying of not getting it in high gear. The transmission went back to second, and that's why we had to go to the rear. We had to change engines, but just unfortunate. We had a really good car yesterday, but we'll never know that now.
Many people said he was the best car yesterday, and as he said, behind the wall right now, won't know if they could have won the race or not.
BP, we talk about that all the time. You know, it seems like when we talk about it, it doesn't happen, but how important track position is on qualifying, because you got a good car, you got to work your way up through the back. If something happens, you're going to be in it a lot of times.
If Dale Jarrett had started 19th, I'm sure that he'll be out there racing right now.
Terry Labonte's out there racing very successfully right now. Second place, Matty.
Chassis adjustments on the last stop have helped the race car. He says the car is now very consistent. Jim Long, the crew chief, telling him lap times look great, keep it up, but keep your eye in the mirror. That 8 car is coming and coming fast.
Yes, he is. Earnhardt Jr. just getting around Joe Nemechek, who's a couple of laps down. He's now within about a second of Terry Labonte. Ryan Newman is the leader, though, 29 laps in to the Mountain Dew Southern 500.